Now we've had the COVID programs. You can say we've had 4 or we've had 3, depends on how you measure them. But the one that came out yesterday, that was Nancy Pelosi's. But let's backdate this to the first one where we were getting along so well, Democrats and Republicans in the Senate on the first program, and we were going to have that vote on a Sunday night at 6 o'clock. We all remember that. And the Democrats and the guy, my counterpart over there is Jack Reed. We kind of do jointly do the military things, and so we were ready to do that, and we're ready to vote when Nancy Pelosi came in town. Now, because of her coming in and wanting the Democrat liberal agenda as a part of the program, having nothing to do with COVID, that delayed that vote from Sunday night at 6 o'clock to Thursday night at 6 o'clock. So what she did yesterday is kind of consistent with that. The reason she was delaying it, she has a lot of things that she wanted to have on the program. She said, oh, this is a spending spree. We can have all of our things. We can have gun control. We can have our program. Well, the same thing is happening right now. And in fact, I just got the breakdown that we have on what she's doing. We're talking about another $3 trillion. See, it's already past the $3 trillion mark already. This is another $3 trillion, 1,800 pages, and it has things like preventing the deportation of illegal immigrants, but it has nothing to do with the issue. It eases the work requirements on food stamps. Well, that has nothing to do with it. So her list is a long list. She has abortion in it. She does away with the Hyde Amendment and all these things. So it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, it could go on Friday. The Democrats could control the House and they could pass it, but it's not going to go anywhere. And we all know that, and they know that too. But it does cater to their fan club, and that's what it's going to be. Yeah, Oklahoma is leading the way. Now, I use the editorial. It's in the Charlotte Observer. That's a newspaper in North Carolina. And they say that the model for state level COVID-19 data is Oklahoma. And it goes on to say what we're doing in Oklahoma that other people aren't doing. In addition to that, we have OU right now is probably the leader, the one most talked about in terms of progress in vaccines. They have 2 vaccines right now they're working on that seem to be leading the nation. We are doing it with our manufacturers. We're doing things that other people don't do. We're starting to do it now with the banking community to allow individuals who are entitled to funds that come out of the COVID program, that they're going to actually get it, get ahead of the game so that they get the funds earlier. Otherwise, some of the money that would go into these families, you hear about the $3,400 per family, it takes them a long time to get it. But if they have a bank who's willing to do it, and we're setting the example here in Oklahoma, that they will go ahead and get it done so long as they are within the range of the amount of money that they'll get. Instead of $3,400 3 weeks from now, they get it tomorrow. And these are things we're doing in Oklahoma. And I think the governor is pretty much taking what the president had down, and people generally agree with the way he's been handling this. There's no easy way to handle it, but to go in these 14-day increments, where if you accomplish so much during this period of time, and a lot of the are things that you are doing in terms of the people being together, proximity, and all that, then you get to go to the next range. Now we're already up to where the church is going to be open, the restaurants are going to be open, and all these things are happening. So we're kind of ahead of that. And so the other part of your question is, what do I think about it? The risk is there. The risk is what happens if we are doing very well, a 14-day period goes by, we're recovering, our trend lines are good, then all of a sudden it goes sour. Then everyone's going to point to everybody like me and like the governor and like the president who said, this is the best thing we could do right now in trying to dig out from under this thing. So we're doing a good job in Oklahoma, and we're being recognized as doing a good job in Oklahoma. Well, it's one that he's just been talking about that since yesterday, and I don't. It didn't sound like it's going to be the best idea. I think what we're going to have to do is recognize, and maybe we can learn something from this. You know, anytime we've all jumped in there to, and you got to keep in mind there are a lot of people in America through no fault of their own just have gone under. This has never happened in our country in history. And so we have to do things we have not done before. And the way to do the way that is we've elected to do it is spending money in areas we otherwise would not be spending. Now we'd be spending that money, but not accelerating. So what I have proposed is that we go in and accelerate, take the areas where we have accelerated our spending and decelerate those areas, because I think the quicker you can get down to where it's operating as we've been operating before. A lot of people don't like the way we've been operating before, but sure better than the way we're operating now. And there's no way to avoid this from happening. So I have voiced my support for decelerating something that otherwise is going to take a longer period of time. Well, the response was, I think I've been praising the governor for what he's done. I think he acted a little bit hastily on that one. No, I was not involved in that. But now it's awful hard to say, though, how you can be perfect on everything, because if there had been a supply problem that was exhausted as a result of not acting quickly enough, then you'd have a lot of criticism. I think there's justice in the criticism that maybe he was a little hasty.